woman, Christine, from here in town, and you were here at the concert. First of all, describe what happened when you first heard gunshots.
My friends and my husband and I were watching the concert. Jason Aldean had just come on stage, and everybody's excited and yelling and screaming, and we saw something that looked like fireworks. It sounded like fireworks over the side, and it was like really weird, and it was like, why are they doing the fireworks? And it popped a couple of times, and people kind of looked over, and you could see smoke or something. It was toward Mandalay Bay side, and then we saw Jason run off stage, and then people all over on the floor, the grassy area in front of the stage, were just like, some were falling and some were screaming and yelling and running. And we were in this tower up on top, and it's like everyone said hit the floor, so everyone was just like literally laying on top of each other trying to get out of the way, and the shots just kept coming. And so we were going down, and when we got down, there was a man that was shot right there. They were trying to take him out. He was all bloody and he was unconscious, and one of my friends was helping him out, and they got him out, and we ran, and everybody's hiding everywhere. I mean, they're hiding under the bleachers and the stanchions and anywhere they could, and everyone's telling us to run as fast as you can. My husband and I ran out toward our car, and there were people hiding underneath my car for cover. And there was a gentleman that was shot, and he said, "Can you help me?" And so I put him in my car, and I had like 6 people in my car, people with out shoes, running just to get away. And
No, you are so strong, and Christine, we talked about before you came on camera about how you just tried to scramble and help people as best as you could. Could you talk about you had your vehicle and you knew you had to get them help?
We had a gal that was with this couple that the guy had been shot in the back, or in the backside, and I thought he was going to be okay, but he was bleeding, and so he wasn't as serious to shove him into the ambulance that was right there. So I took him in my car, and she said, "Can I drive?" Because she worked for Metro. And we got to the hospital so quick you wouldn't believe it, but anyway, she drove, and I went to Sunrise Hospital. Right. And my husband went in another car with another man that was unconscious to UMC, and I'm here right now because he's in there with my friend whose daughter is only 18 and she got shot.
And that is absolutely tragic, and we appreciate your bravery.
And I'm just trying to get in the hospital.
And that is a struggle. So when you came here, you were trying to get into the people who you knew. What were you told, and why?
Oh, what was I told here? An officer said that they're just taking precaution. So, I mean, there are crazy people out there. They shot into a crowd of 30,000 people in a concert. It's insane.
How quickly did you see first responders run towards the scene and start helping the wounded?
Almost immediately. Metro was there. They're always right there. Metro's such an amazing police force, and they were right there. Ambulances were coming. We had ambulances everywhere. There were police cars everywhere, and the police officers were helping. The other concert goers were helping everybody. It was just amazing. We all came together, and everybody was helping everybody. It was wonderful to see, and I just love Metro. I'm just so proud of them.
I'm sure that you are still in quite a bit of shock, but have you been able to wrap your brain around that you went to a Jason Aldean concert of all things, and this happened to you? This seems like a terrible movie. A terrible movie. Terrible movie.
I know. I mean, I saw Jason San Bernardino last year, and, he's just amazing. And my husband kind of surprised me, and because we didn't go the first 2 days, and then he said, well, let's go see Jason. And he got his tickets and the little wristbands, and it was a wonderful surprise. And to have this happen, I just can't wrap my mind around it, like you said.
Robert Hayes with LA Fire, and you were here with your wife at the concert.
Yeah, my wife and a couple friends for a birthday event.
And you were up by the front front. The reason why I'm glad I'm talking to you is I know being a firefighter, you can understand being at what a breaking situation is like this and a tragic situation. You're up at the front of the stage. Tell me what you were just telling me.
Absolutely. We were actually in front of the stage, and my wife and I said, hey, let's go grab something to drink. We've been here since 4 or 4:30 in the afternoon. We honestly went to the little VIP lounge up front, grabbed a drink, mingled with some other friends, and then all of a sudden we heard some pops when Jason Aldean came on to perform. And honestly, at the start, we all thought that it was probably like an electronic thing, a malfunction or stuff. Feedback or whatnot, and everybody was kind of, I'm like, hey, it's okay, everybody's all right. And then all of a sudden, people started dropping by the stage area and up front by us. It was pretty much like a war scene inside. I've seen a lot of stuff in my day with the fire department. It was hard to see even the bodies that are outside down the street here that were carried probably a half a mile from the incident. Honestly, I'd probably pronounce 15 to 20 people inside. It's a very sad day on an event like this, that something that never should have happened.
So you said you think you believe 15 to 20 people that you saw that were dead inside?
I know I pronounced 15 to 20 people inside, unfortunately. I do. I got my wife and my 4 other friends out. They're harboring in one of the hotels right now.
And you went back in with SWAT, right?
I went back in actually with SWAT. They gave me a vest, identified myself. Actually, I never went back in. I never left. I just left right now, actually, when they got Jason Aldean out. So we stayed under the recon of the whole situation, made sure everybody that was DOA at the time, I rechecked everybody. I was with another medic from the fire department, and I went back inside, and I mean, it's just something that we do. I wasn't trying to be a hero. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't leaving anybody behind.
How many people do you think were taken out of here that were shot? If you had to guess.
Well, I know that, unfortunately, in the parking lot backside of Mandalay Bay right here, I had a couple gentlemen. I was doing a staging area with some of the bodies that I was dragging up the stairs, which was really sad. Unfortunately, right over here, there's a gentleman that was with his wife, and the other gentleman down here, they were using tables and some of the freezers and stuff to pull people out of here. I just went down to recheck with one of them, a gentleman I just met. I didn't put a face on it, but he's from Alaska here with his wife, and it's a sad day.
You're a firefighter in Los Angeles. You've been obviously to a lot of tragic events. I mean, how do you explain to somebody who's watching this right now, going, holy smokes, what is happening in Vegas?
Well, what I don't understand is the same thing with 911 when all this stuff happened. Everybody came together and tried to create maybe a positive atmosphere for everybody else. This is a tragic situation that everybody came to have fun, and it was supposed to be a fun event. The last day, we were here celebrating a birthday with my friends, and then it turns into a tragedy, and it's sad in our society that stuff like this has to take place.
I just got to mention this again. You're a first responder from LA, here for a birthday.
I work in Venice Beach.
You work in Venice Beach, and you had to pronounce 20 people dead tonight.
Unfortunately, I did. Sad day in Las Vegas.
Now, let's hear some of the sound from this man I interviewed, Mike.
We were just at the concert there, and Jason Aldean was playing, and kind of sounded like some fireworks going off, and then I think there was like the first kind of volley, and then all of a sudden the second volley, my buddy's like, I just got hit, and got hit 3 times, and then people started diving for the ground, and then it just continued, and it was pretty much chaotic. Lots of people got hit, lots of people were getting, it took a while to get him out. We had to get him over the fence and hiding under the stage for a while, to be safe, and finally we had to move him because he had 3 chest wounds. And got him out here. We got 4 people in the back of a truck, but then we got turned around because there was an active shooter, so we couldn't go down the street. So we finally got an ambulance right here on this right across the street here, and got 2 of the guys in, and basically the one guy ended up dying in my arms because he was bleeding. Then my buddy got in there. We got 3 more people in the ambulance, and so but I just got messages my buddy is going to be okay. So I mean,
the guy who got hit 3 times is going to be okay.
Yeah.
This is still very much an active scene right now. You can see the police checkpoint behind me. People are congregating around here, trying to figure out what went on. Also, they're being blocked from going towards the Strip. That's where their hotels are. There's another fire and rescue ambulance going towards the scene.
Matt, I believe you're there with Mike Cronk, who you were speaking with earlier.
That's right, Mike Cronk. We found him sitting actually right here on the curb, and he wasn't wearing a shirt because he had used it to stanch the blood of one of his friends, and he was sitting there with his head in his hands, and there's still blood on his hands, and he had been through one of the most harrowing experiences I've ever heard, and we just started talking to him, and Mike, maybe you can just tell me your story. I mean, where were you tonight?
We were at the Route 91 concert, and been there all day, waiting for Jason Aldean, and it's real surreal, actually. You know, everybody's having a good time, and then all of a sudden you hear some popping going on, and I don't think anybody really understood what it was, and then my buddy, after a little bit of popping, my buddy's like, I got hit. So my buddy got shot 3 times, and then everybody knew there was a shooter. So everybody pretty much dove on top of each other, got down. It was a lot of chaos, people trampling each other and, you know, trying to get away. And it seemed like forever, you know, but we were just trying to take care of the people that are wounded. You know, there were a lot of people that were really selfless and actually stayed with people.
Just going a little closer to you, Mike. Now you're an avid hunter, and so you recognized immediately that this was not just gunfire, but it was automatic gunfire,
yes,
coming in rapid bursts.
Yeah, it was very obvious. Whoever was shooting it was a fully automatic, and they had to reload. So whether there's one person or two, but there was a break between clips being, you know, shot out.
Now you describe it rather casually, but you know, your best friend, you're here on your 48th birthday trip, you're a retired teacher, and you came with your best friend, and he took 3 bullets to the chest, as close as I am to you right now.
True. It was hard. You know, I saw him there, and I was like, I wasn't going to leave him, so we had to, you know, there was an EMT there. Somebody was an EMT. There was lots of, you know, awesome ex-military people that were trained. So we got him compressed, and that's, you know, kept compression on his chest. He actually put his finger in the hole, you know, so we, you know, don't move your finger, and we could keep the compression on, and probably stayed like that for at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes before we finally made a decision that we needed to get him over the fence. So we get him under the stage, so at least we knew we were safe dealing with him.
And so you and 3 other guys had to physically haul him over a fence in order to get him under the stage, yep, and to a protected area.
Yeah, we got him over and then slid him under the stage, and we were under there, and another awesome lady came over and helped compress, and so there was you know, I am no hero, but there was tons of heroes out there there's a lot of heroes out there.
It's pretty astonishing to think that you guys were physically plugging his bullet wounds with your fingers.
Yeah, Rob, with my friend Rob, he had his finger in the hole. He's like, don't take it out. He's like, leave your finger there, we'll compress over the top of it. So we just had, you know, shirts and whatever we could, you know.
And then you couldn't get him out. There was no ambulance there because there was still an active shooting situation.
Correct.
And how did you manage to get him out?
Well, there was a couple, I want to say they're EMT, first responders, and we got him out from under the stage and ran him around the back, and we got him on a cart, and we drove around the side where there was a triage center, and one of the cops, we were going to throw him in his car, but then something happened where he had to go, and we ended up loading up a pickup truck, a civilian pickup truck with 4 wounded people to get him, but we got turned around.
4 wounded people in that pickup truck,
back of the truck,
as well as you guys?
Yes. Yeah, there was 1 person with each person, so 8 of us in the back of a pickup, and we got turned around, so we couldn't go, and then we ended up right back here on this street right where those cop cars are, and got him in an ambulance, and that's where one young man passed away, you know, as we were carrying him out of the...
One of the guys you were with actually died.
It was somebody I did not know, but...
Somebody in the truck with you?
Yes, we had him in the ambulance, and we were loading him in the ambulance, and the guy said, you know, let's set him down here, and so I set him down with myself, and the young man passed away.
He literally died in your arms?
He did. It's been a tough night.
For so many people here.
So many people died and are wounded.
I mean, you're incredibly strong. You're standing through this. You're an avid hunter. You've been in situations that are chaotic and maybe not similar to this, but difficult. But you know, it's just impressive how you've withstood all of this.
I try to keep your head, you know, and do what you can. I mean, like I said, there's tons of people that were true heroes tonight.
Guys, there's shots fired.
That's all they're telling me. They're not telling me anything other than that. They just said
be. I don't know. It seems like it's coming from up there. Oh shit, there. Oh shit, like it's coming from up there. Oh shit, All right, I'm out of here.
This was from a union worker in Vegas that apparently him and everyone else in the union had to have this mandatory training accomplished and completed by the 30th. A day later, all this stuff hits the strip. Another thing to add to the puzzle here. I don't have a link for this because it was sent in my way, but I'll continue to update. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for the latest updates. A ton of information over there in relation to this. This has been Dabu 7. Eyes open.
He would have had his card in every time. I mean, he played high-stakes video poker to be able to stay at home in the casino.
Now, did you see this coming on? How do you feel about this?
There's I'm not even going to answer that stupid question. I've already told. There's absolutely no. It's like an asteroid fell out of the sky. If an asteroid fell right here, you would feel the exact same way as I feel right now. Exactly. No logic. No reach even for me. Where my brother would have done this. There's no freaking. There's nothing. The people involved here. An asteroid just landed on us and on Las Vegas as far as we are concerned. If an asteroid fell right here, you would feel the exact same way as I feel right now. We have no idea.
Does your brother live there or here or what?
This is all in the public record. He lived in Mesquite.
Okay.
He had a girlfriend.
Okay.
He gambled at the casinos. He called his mother.
Ever any indication at all that this would...
Nothing. That we're lost. I don't understand. There's no anything.
Describe the brother you know. Describe the man you know.
He's a guy. He's just a guy who lived in Las Vegas and played at the casinos, went on cruises, did stuff. There's nothing. That's what's bizarre. I don't even want to say, but he lived in the house. He had a girlfriend. There's nothing.
Was there anything going on in his life
as far
right now
as
that
we
would...
know, there's nothing.
Okay. When was the last time you talked to him?
He texted me after the hurricane when we lost power for 5 days to ask how my mom was. There's nothing.
Well, especially coming here for my 21st birthday and not knowing if I'm safe, not even knowing if I'm safe going home tomorrow on an airplane, so.
And how did you get out of the venue after this all happened?
We actually weren't there whenever the shooting had occurred. We had already left about maybe 10, 15 minutes before that, but we just barely made it back into our room whenever it started.
And were you thinking, oh my gosh, this woman told us that before we left?
Yeah, I thought it had a positive correlation to it. Like, obviously she was telling us that in either to tell us, to warn us, or to tell us that we were all going to die, and she was part of it. So
okay, so they want the description of this woman. Describe to me what this woman looked like.
Her and her boyfriend were both Hispanic. They were probably about shorter 5-footers, probably about 5'5", 5'6". They just look like everyday people.
Can you tell us anything more about them, what they look like? Why were they escorted out? Were they escorted out because you were feeling uncomfortable about what they said?
Yes, because she had been messing with the lady in front of her and telling her that she was going to die, that we're all going to die.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I dare somebody to literally find someone that actually died. Prove it. Because we live in a world right now where everything that, it's like we're a bunch of people being bullied by some asshole that we can't see. It's all around us at all times. It's making the laws, it's passing the laws, and it's taking away all of our liberties, all of our constitutional rights, and people are just too distracted and falling for the bullshit. Too many people won't spend 5 minutes looking into your kid's future, your grandkids' future. They're teaching them bullshit. They're filling them full of bullshit. They're feeding them bullshit. This entire world is bullshit.
Then the six-string circus comes to town. We hang them speed